liked it. We don't get enough like good old fashioned swashbuckling films anymore, and this was nice. I've always liked sword fighting. I've always liked sword fighting in movies of any period, from Pirates to the Three Musketeers. I always think the sword fighting is cool, and I think it was pulled off well here. And I know that choreography could not have been easy, so shout out to y'all on that. Um, I really want to shout out the sound design, specifically on the siren and like how she um, sounded and like all the effects on her. I think that was really dope. I think that pulled that off really well. And also her scales and stuff; those looked really dope too. And overall, it was just really good. It was really good production value. I really was locked in, and I felt like I was transported back to this time. So yeah, really well directed, really well written, really well put together. Good job.
Love a good old fashioned kind of piratey um, aesthetic. Love it. Already engaged. Already excited about it. And what I really especially loved about the visuals and the visual world is that the color blue, this kind of light, I want to say like cerulean blue, semi-opaque, sort of like underwater blue, kept coming up throughout the film. It kept surfacing this color, and it's a color that I think I normally associate with being like very soothing and very calming. But the film got sort of more and more disturbing, and suddenly that color blue was not calming me down anymore. It had like an eeriness to it, an otherworldliness to it, and almost a violence to it. So very effective visuals. I also just loved the intrigue, the sense of mystery, the high stakes from the very beginning, and then the way that that built, and kind of themes of mankind wanting to like channel or harness the unknown, or harness nature, or harness the supernatural, but failing every time, but still wanting to. So yeah, very kind of relatable theme in that way, but taken to obviously an otherworldly and supernatural extreme. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed
I
this
think they
film.
have great filming locations. The music score and the sound effects are also great. I love the fighting sequences. And they had the best costume design. I think they did a great research on the books, the pistols, the hairstyles, the swords, the decor in general for this specific time. And I love the ending. It was an amazing ending. I love the special effects and the performances altogether make a great job.
It was really interesting. It gave off kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean energy at sometimes, and I think using the dagger as imagery, like hinting at the story overall, was really interesting. I also like that it had a pretty strong female lead in it. I think, with I wouldn't call this a Victoria era film, but with these fantasy films, there these like nautical films, they tend to have a pretty strong male focus, and especially with the antagonist. So to have a female antagonist in this was really, really cool to watch. And to watch the Sirens Call be like the downfall of everyone in the end was also really, really cool and fun to watch. Kind of watch her get her revenge at the end. So really, really well done.
Wow. Gorgeous cinematography and set dressing. Just the design of the entire piece was truly amazing. They really captured the movement of the environment and the action sequences where you felt like you were right there with them. So close, would help to keep the tensions high. And then we were always kind of a voyeur, lurking in the space, implicating us as the audience a little bit more in the morality of it and in the heightened tension of it as well. I thought that was an excellent choice. Yeah, the set dressing was gorgeous. The world building was extremely believable, and the siren, the artistic design and the makeup of the siren was transcendent of our universe. I felt quite uncomfortable, but also mesmerized at the same time. Really well-crafted piece, great
The
storytelling.
film doesn't initially give the viewer context, and they kind of have to gather what's going on throughout. It really adds to the kind of mystique of the whole film. It has this almost eerie feeling, and there's this suspense, almost this immediacy to everything that's really well portrayed. And I think it's just because it's set up so well. First of all, I love the kind of Renaissance feeling. I don't know if that's exactly right, but it definitely feels like something you would find in like a recovered storybook, or it's like old sailor lore, like tales that they'd tell each other. I thought that was I just like that kind of thing. I just really like this story, this film. It's such cool set design. Like, I also really appreciated like the props and the wardrobe that they had. Everything was very deliberate. I could tell, like the camera work was incredible. The use of handheld cameras and tracking shots, and the blocking for the fight scenes was awesome. Even when it comes down to the lighting added to the tone as well. It was very deliberate, and I just thought it was really effective, and it gave it this really intense feeling. Like the scene where they were trying to tie down the siren was absolutely excruciating, and you could almost feel that. And it's because it's set up so well. First of all, it's like well acted, but that close up, that camera work, and that sound, and the use of like generated tones throughout. It's just effective. It hits you. The ritual at the end is insane, and the twist, the twists and turns that it takes you through just in the last couple of minutes is wild. It's haunting. It's surreal. It's suspenseful. Everything is very thought through, and I just really appreciated the work that was done on
It's
this.
a clever twist on a popular folklore and mythical creature. The costume design really stood out to me. It helped bring the characters truly to life alongside the great acting performances, some wonderful fight sequences that are really well choreographed and that keep us invested in the action throughout as well was also very notable. And I liked the idea about trying to co-opt the Sirens' powers for personal gain, but of course that does not work out too well for some of the characters here. It's a well-woven piece for sure.